This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. Devin Dagnall is off tonight. According to the National Institutes of Health, more than 5 million women in the U.S. experience domestic violence each year. Maine is no exception. Over the weekend, law enforcement in Penobscot County responded to several domestic violence incidents, and today, several of those suspects were arraigned in court. Our Alex Schley was there and has more.
Two men, Merle Muncie III and Thor Ellis, were arrested in Penobscot County over the weekend on domestic violence-related charges. Both had also previously been convicted of manslaughter. Casey Folkingham, Director of Development and Engagement at Partners for Peace, says domestic abuse can take many forms.
It could look like mental and emotional abuse, could look like gaslighting, it could be sexual abuse, could be physical abuse, it could be any number of things.
Muncie was arrested Monday after Holden police responded to reports of a man allegedly dragging a woman out of a pickup truck and hitting her several times before taking off. He was arraigned Tuesday on 4 charges, including domestic violence assault. His bail was set at $5,000 with a no-contact order for the victim. However, he was denied bail on other charges and remains behind bars. Ellis, on the other hand, was arraigned on tampering with a victim and violating conditions of release. Prosecutors say this is the 3rd time in the past year he has faced domestic violence-related charges involving the same victim.
Though that matter from March of 24 is the same victim, as is the offense that was committed on January 29th of 25, same victim, as is the offense that we have before the court, the new one today.
He is being held without bond. Folkingham says help is available for those experiencing domestic abuse.
Partners for Peace are going to believe you if that's something you're experiencing, and we're going to help you.
For more information on Partners for Peace, visit our website, foxbangor.com. In Bangor, I'm Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, conflict has been brewing in Hancock County between the sheriff's office and the county commissioners over the proposed acquisition of a new canine after one of their 2 handlers relocated and paid to bring his dog with him. That conflict eventually boiled over onto social media. The sheriff's department says they can afford a second canine, but the county commissioners shut down their request. We sat down today with Hancock County Sheriff Scott Kane for an exclusive conversation. Sheriff Kane, Sergeant Frost, we thank you for joining us today. And Finn, thank you for gracing us with your presence as well. This is Canine Finn with Hancock County Sheriff's Office. So I do want to talk about some of the conflict that's going on as far as the canine program and the back and forth with the commissioners. So, reportedly this isn't, the first time that you've all disagreed, if you will, on various issues. That tends to happen. Mm-hmm. Is there something different about this time? Because you took to social media to talk about the issues. So what was different this time?
It was different in this time is that we've lost one of our canines. The deputy that was the other canine handler went to Central Maine to be closer to their families and took the dog with him, obviously. Mm-hmm. So we were down one canine, and if we don't have the 2, we're going backwards, and we don't want to go backwards as an organization, as a department. Mm-hmm. And they work different shifts so that it was much easier to have somebody right on shift with a dog than try to call somebody out in the overtime and all of those kind of things. Mm-hmm. So, to me, not having 2 dogs, we're going backwards, and that's not what we want to do.
There seems to be kind of a difference of opinion as far as the cost associated with getting a second dog, whether it's training and certifying a new handler and then just the acquisition of the dog and then training the dog itself. So why do you feel the cost is justified? And I know you've asserted that there won't technically be any additional cost because of how monies are configured. So can you just kind of explain the cost debate? Yeah,
the money's in the budget now. The budget committee approved it. The commissioners approved the budget, and with that it had 2 dogs in it. And our program got started in 2016 with a contribution from citizens that wanted us to have a canine. So we've used that money to purchase Finn when we got him. We have a reserve to replace another dog. So that's why.
There is some debate. We did get a statement from Commissioner Clark, who is in opposition to you acquiring the second dog. His statement seemed to insinuate that he feels there is a 1-dog department policy, and you feel that there's a 2-dog. So I just want to kind of clarify sort of where you stand on, how this dog is covered, if you will.
Well, I'm not aware of a policy that says you can have 1 dog or 2 dog. We have policies that Travis has to follow in using Finn, just like our other canine handler had to do. So it's something that we got the second dog because we hired the deputy that already had the dog. So we didn't go out and ask for another dog. But once you have something that good, an asset that good to give it up, you're going, as I said earlier, you're going backwards, and we don't want to go backwards. And Finn's not always available. Travis is not all available. We like to make sure that our deputies have a life. I mean, Trav has a couple little kids, and they kind of like to spend some time with his kids and his wife. And by having that second dog, that takes some of that burden off.
Yeah, I do want to wrap it up if we can, but I just want to, where do you see this sort of conflict going, and how do you think it could be resolved?
Well, the presentation that they put together, that my folks put together, shows that we could, with the pay cut that the deputies agreed to, that we can have 2 dogs cheaper than 1. So the amount of time that they'd be reimbursed on those days off, they'd take care of the dog during their regular workday. So that would be a savings. And you'd asked earlier how many calls in the last, since 2023, we've had 72 calls for dogs, and that's all Hancock County. We've been in almost every community asking for services for them. And I just have to say to the public that the job that Travis has done is just amazing. He came to me and said that he'd like to start a canine program, and I turned him loose. I said, I don't know anything about it. You figure it out, and he's done an outstanding job.
Okay. Well, we thank you for coming in and shedding a little extra light on the situation. We'll continue to follow it. Please keep us up to date, as things develop. But again, thank you for your time, and thank you for bringing Finn in. It was wonderful to meet Canine Finn.
Thank you for your support. We appreciate it very much.
Sure. Well, we reached out to all the Hancock County commissioners and offered to sit down with them as well. The only response we got was a statement from County Commissioner William Clark, the most vocal opponent of the sheriff's canine proposal and a former sheriff himself. He claims the county has had a 1-dog policy since getting the first canine. He said in his statement, quote, "There is no dispute as to the value of a trained police dog, but that has to be weighed against the costs associated with a second dog. The sheriff's office will counter this with the money for the deputies' wages and benefits are already in the budget. But to this I say that these funds were put there to provide law enforcement services to the communities, not to train a canine handler. My opposition to the second dog is an attempt to get spending by the sheriff's office under control," end quote. The commissioners are slated to meet again tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, you can read Commissioner Clark's full statement and watch the entire interview with Sheriff Kane and Sergeant Travis Frost by going to this story on our website, that is foxbangor.com. In other news tonight, check your electric bills. That is the message from the Office of the Public Advocate after it was found that some customers who signed up for a community solar provider were getting charged an incorrect rate. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard spoke with the Public Advocate to learn more.
There's a couple of really specific cases that we've identified where folks might be getting overcharged by the community solar billing.
Heather Sanborn is the new public advocate, charged with protecting the interest of ratepayers when it comes to problems with electric and water utilities. According to Sanborn, ratepayers who signed up for both a community solar provider and a specialized electric rate may have been overcharged by their provider.
And they apply where you've signed up with your utility for the electric technology rate or the heat pump rate.
Sanborn says she became aware of the issue when consumers started contacting her office.
We found a situation where that wasn't happening. We got refunds for the customers. We got it fixed for that provider going forward, but we want to make sure there's no other consumers out there that are getting tripped up by that same intersection of those two programs.
If you think you may also be affected by this problem, Sanborn says you should start by taking a look at your electric bill.
So if you know that you signed up for that electric technology rate or that heat pump rate, then we want you to check your community solar bill. Check what the per kilowatt hour rate is. If you're not quite sure what it should be, and what discounts you should be seeing on that community solar bill, give our office a call at the main office of the public advocate. We've got a consumer advocate who can help you figure out if you're getting billed the right amount.
In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Alrighty, folks, well, let's go ahead and hit pause here. We'll peek outside and get a first check of our forecast.
Thank you very much, Beth. As you can see, pretty clear skies out there for today, especially here in Bangor. We still see a few clouds up north with a few flurries possible near the Presque Isle region. Other than that, we are staying dry. Temperatures out there today, right around 17 degrees for highs here in Bangor. We did see some low 20s by Bar Harbor, upper teens by Rockland, but then Portland, we did see 23 degrees for you in the southwestern portion of the state. Temperatures were cold up in the northwestern portion of the state. Greenville and Clayton Lake in those single digits, still right around 7 to 8 degrees for your guys' highs today. Winds still ripping out there for today from the west here in Bangor, 13 miles per hour sustained, so gusting near 20 to 25 at times. We were seeing that here in Bar Harbor, Rockland as well, sustained winds right around 18 miles per hour. And we can see this stretch from Auburn all the way up to Millinocket, most winds sustained right around 20 miles per hour. That means you guys are definitely gusting a little bit over 30 miles per hour out there for today. But as we see for tonight, the winds will be a little bit better than they were last night, but we are still going to be dropping into those low to mid single digits out there for tonight with a partly cloudy sky. Beth?
All right, those frigid overnights continue. Well, coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, we will have more local news. Stay with us.
Save thousands on your new garage doors during the double rebate event at PDQ Door. Choose from several beautiful Clopay garage doors and get up to a $250 online rebate, and PDQ Door will instantly double it to save you $500. Buy 4 garage doors and get up to $1,000 in rebates, and PDQ Door will instantly double it to save you $2,000. Find a door you adore during our double rebate event for a limited time only.
We've got an all-new game with a new way to play. It's Cash Pop from the main lottery. You just pick one number from 1 to 15. If your number's drawn, you win. Just like that, with cash prizes up to $2,500 and 5 drawings every day. You gotta make it pop with Cash Pop.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Down East Community Hospital in Machias would like to congratulate the Machias boys and girls basketball teams and all the other teams that are heading to Bangor to play in the tournaments. Go Bulldogs! To all the teams, good luck in the tournament. Make sure to maintain good alignment on defense and crack the zone on offense. Lincoln Power Sports would like to say good luck to all the teams this year in the tournament.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Tonight, the City of Bangor's Planning Board is considering whether to approve a land development permit that would lead to the construction of a new inpatient rehabilitation hospital in Bangor. Encompass Health is the largest owner and operator of rehabilitation hospitals in the U.S. They currently have one hospital in Maine and recently released preliminary plans to build a new 50-bed inpatient rehab hospital at 1017 Union Street. The empty 17.5-acre site located next to the airport mall used to be the location of a golf driving range. According to Encompass Health, the facility will provide specialized state-of-the-art rehabilitative care to patients recovering from a wide array of injuries and illnesses. The company intends to open the facility in 2027. Officials could not comment further on the project, and we did reach out to the chairperson of the planning board prior to tonight's meeting, but they declined our request for an interview. And still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, our Jack Webb will be in with sports. Stay with us.
With winter here, you'll want to feel safe on the road. So take action by heading to your Toyota all-wheel drive headquarters for a Washington's Birthday Sales Event. You can get $4.99 for $60 for an all-wheel drive Camry Hybrid. Toyota, let's go places.
Looking to save on the foods you love? Just shop store brands at Hannaford and get more tacos for Tuesday, more sprinkles for your Sunday, more OJ for, well, every day. And with our brands, you get the lowest price on the shelf, plus 2% rewards on every purchase. Now that's savings with a cherry on top. Savings you can count on. At Hannaford, it's in the bag.
The Furniture Gallery is celebrating President's Day. Camp and Cottage queen mattresses starting at just $198. Revolutionize your space with a cozy recliner. 3 color choices for only $298. Declare your independence from outdated furniture with a sofa chaise for $598. Or a sofa and love seat set, just $798. Get comfortable with the Scott Living King mattress, yours for the price of a queen. And don't miss these clearance deals up to 70% off. Hurry into the Furniture Gallery before these monumental deals are history. The Furniture Gallery.
Hank's Husqvarna is your trusted full-line Husqvarna dealer, offering you everything you need for your outdoor projects. From high-performance lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers to chainsaws, trimmers, battery-powered and powerful snow blowers, we have just what you need. Every piece of equipment is fully set up, serviced, and ready for use by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or new equipment sales, make your way to Hank's Husqvarna in Carmel or Newport.
You know what today is? It's Tuesday. But no matter what day of the week, Lowry & Associates is your go-to law firm. If you've been hurt, call us right now.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
Put a little more cash in your bag. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Welcome in to Fast Break Tournament Edition, brought to you by Dorsey Furniture and Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer.
Welcome back in, folks. Thanks for staying with us. Tourney 2025 is not slowing down for anyone. Tyler Cruz has boots on the ground over at the Cross as they wrap up the Class C North quarterfinals. Tyler, how's everything going across town?
Hey, Jack, yeah, I am live here at the Cross Center for, I don't even know, I think this is day 4 of Tourney 2025. It's all a blur at this point. Only 4 games today, though, which is nice. We got to sleep in a little bit. I didn't have to bring my sleeping bag over to the Cross Center. But, yeah, we have a busy day. The Class C girls quarterfinals are about to wrap up. We are at halftime of this one right now. We'll get to that in a second. Let's talk about the first game of the day. It was a classic between Calais and Mount View. Let's roll some of those highlights right here. It was the 5-seed Calais taking on the 4-seed Mount View, the first of the small slate from today. The Blue Devils trying to knock off the Mustangs. We're going to skip ahead to the 4th quarter. Mount View led most of the game. Ariana Bradeen adding to it. Gets her own miss and gets the reverse layup to go, plus the foul. Mustangs up 8. Here comes Calais. Kaylee Scott to Olivia Turner. She nails the 3, and then Scott would take over. Gets to the lane, gets it to go with the left. In the post, stops, rises over the defense, gets the jumper to fall. Devils down 1, up 1 now on the fast break, finishes that off, and she would just will her Devils to victory. A big block here with seconds left. Calais completes the comeback. 36-30 is the final. Here is that senior guard.
Well, I mean, we looked up at the scoreboard and we saw, it was almost over. It was the last quarter. This is all we're going to get, so we really we gave it our all. We had to put shots up, we had to rebound, and we did just that.
All right, and the Blue Devils will go on and play the winner of this one right now. Penobscot Valley up 35-8 over Central. And Jack, we've been talking about the Howlers all year long, and they came out as advertised. That defense is swarming, creating turnovers. It's been really hard for Central just to get the ball over half court and get into their offensive sets, and of course, creating points off of those turnovers too. That is their bread and butter. So they will look to move on to the semifinals, barring a miracle of Corinth, Maine, and it will be Penobscot Valley taking on Calais. Those games are on Thursday, and then later tonight we finish up the Class C boys slate. First game, Fort Kent versus Hodgdon, and then in the later game it's going to be Mattanockhook taking on Mount View. Mattanockhook looking to keep a perfect season alive. Mount View was the Cinderella of last year's tournament, so should be a fun night here in Bangor. That is all for me for now. You can catch all the highlights later on Fast Break. Jack, back to you in the studio.
We've had some great quarterfinal games. Thanks, Tyler. Like he said, we'll have all the coverage for you tonight on Fast Break. But for now, let's head to the ice, where the 4th-ranked Maine Black Bears picked up a big win on Saturday over rival UNH. Maine's now tied for first place in the Hockey East with Boston College after Saturday's win over the Wildcats, with that coming in large part thanks to Josh Nadeau's 4-point third period, where he recorded a goal and 3 assists.
Yeah, it's definitely what I needed. Like everyone knows, I haven't had a season like last year, and hopefully this brings me back to what I finished off last year, and I'll try to build on it.
What do you think was working so well for you in that period?
Just keeping it simple, working hard. I always say that it's what works all the time. When you're down, you just got to keep working, and good things happen.
Josh referenced his season from last year, where he recorded 45 points. This year he currently sits at 21 points after that monster third period. The team says his work ethic has not changed and hopes Saturday's spark lit a flame.
He played with a little bit of fire that has been hit or miss at times this year, and so it was good to see him. He took that hit, he gets right back up, gets a couple stitches, and goes out and has 4 points. So it was a pretty good response.
A little down for him for a little bit, but he's been working so hard in practice. The guys have been lifting him up, and he's just working so hard that he's getting back into it, and that helped us huge that night, so it was big.
Like we said, make sure to come back for all that tourney coverage tonight. For now, that's all the time we have for sports. Here's Chase Ropenack with your full 5-day forecast.
Thank you very much, Jack. We can see out there for highs today, reaching up to 17 degrees here in Bangor. We did hit those low 20s here in Bar Harbor. Upper teens for Rockland, but the rest of the southwestern portion of the state looks like we hit those low to mid 20s today. For Sanford and Portland, both at 23 degrees for your highs today. But Millinocket, Holton, and Presque Isle, all right around 13 degrees for your highs today. And a little bit to the west, temperatures a little bit cooler in those single digits. Greenville and Clayton Lake, right around 7 to 8 degrees for your guys' highs today. We'll be in the single digits tonight. We can see here in Bangor, right around 6 degrees for that low. Same for Munson, 8 for Millinocket. Will be a little bit warmer by the coast and those low teens by Deer Isle. But yes, to the west, temperature is going to be a lot closer to zero. Possibly a few areas dipping into the negatives out there for tonight. But for tomorrow, we're really going to warm back up into those low to mid 20s. We could possibly see those mid 20s here in Bangor with mostly sunny skies for tomorrow. Definitely going to see that by the coastal region, your Deer Isle down into Portland. But we will still see those cooler temperatures, but we will definitely be a little bit better than we're expecting out there for today. Looks like we'll be in those mid to upper teens for Monson and Clayton Lake and that Greenville region. As we see the average high this time of year, right around 32 degrees. We're going to be very close to that as we get into Thursday. Still hanging around throughout most of the day. We could see it in those upper 20s for Friday and Saturday, but still pretty close to average. And then we're going to be a little bit above average as we head into next week, Monday and Tuesday. We're looking at those temperatures getting close to 40 degrees. Most of the time, we're going to see those mid to upper 30s. That's when it's really going to warm up, and we're going to start to see some of that snow melt away that we have out there. But as we see, winds are ripping from the west still right now. 13 miles per hour sustained here in Bangor, 16 in Millinocket, 20 in Greenville. Many areas from the Millinocket region stretching all the way down to Auburn are gusting over 30 miles per hour for today. Seeing that along the coast as well. So as we see out there, we are having some clear skies with some sunshine out there for today. Most of those clouds hanging up near the Presque Isle region, a few flurries with the cooler temperatures up there. But other than that, we are staying dry, and we look to stay dry throughout most of this week. There is a few slight chances for some snow showers, but most of those are staying outside of Bangor. Other than that, we're going to see some occasional sunshine, but as we head into, looks like right around Thursday into Friday, that's when most of the state will be covered in some cloud cover with that slight chance of snow making its way throughout the state. That best chance we will see will make its way into here Sunday. So still got quite a bit of time before we are seeing some precipitation. For tonight, though, lows right around 6 degrees. A few flurries are possible, but most likely we are staying dry with those partly cloudy skies out there for tonight. For tomorrow, highs in the mid-20s. We'll have mostly sunny skies, breezy wind still from the northwest, gusting near 20 miles per hour. Taking a look at our extended forecast, we can see a pretty dry week ahead. We will have warmer temperatures getting close to 30 degrees, especially on Thursday. Then we will be above freezing for Sunday, but still we have a slight chance for some snow showers then, and then lows dropping down near 7 degrees going into Sunday night. Beth?
Alrighty, Chase, nice to see those daytime highs ticking up a little bit anyway. Alrighty, well, there is more to come after the break. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Tony Hafford from TC Hafford Basement Systems, the all things basement-y company. Basement waterproofing, basement structural repair. humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. Since 1991, over 15,000 Maine homeowners have trusted TC Hafford Basement Systems to fix their basements. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
For Maine small businesses, there's a new, really big benefit. Paid family and medical leave helps you get a leg up in hiring because your benefits package just got a whole lot better. What do you need to do? Register today in the Paid Leave Employer Portal. Get ready to submit wage reports and contributions in April 2025. Paid family and medical leave. Employers visit maine.gov/paid-leave today.
Don't cry, don't whine. Get yours where I got mine. At BB's Tattoo Company, 262 Moosehead Trail, Newport.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Haystack Mountain in Waldo County is now safe from development thanks to the hard work and fundraising efforts of a group of tireless volunteers. Our Jody Hersey has more.
Haystack Mountain is a well-loved Maine landmark located between the towns of Liberty and Montville in Waldo County. Just over 2 years ago, a group of volunteers called the Friends of Haystack Mountain banded together in order to raise funds to preserve this area from development.
We were pretty certain there would be support for this project because this mountain really is such a beloved destination and has been for generations.
The group was told it would be an uphill task, a challenge that did not deter the group but rather motivated it all the more.
When we first got started, there was actually a member of our group who had some experience with fundraising, and she was preparing us. This is not easy, and this is going to take a while. We're talking like maybe 5 years or more. And we were all like, we're not doing this for 5 years, so we better get ourselves together.
The Friends of Haystack Mountain set a goal to raise $525,000 through grants, foundations, business support, and donations. At the start of 2025, the group successfully exceeded its goal, raising over $550,000 to protect this 57-acre mountain. Now this landmark is in the protective hands of the Midcoast Conservancy.
I think that the Conservancy really just wants to make sure that we do everything we can to really encourage the community to come up and take part of this beautiful mountain, to come up and enjoy the blueberries and the beautiful views, and make sure that we're doing everything possible to make it accessible to everybody that wants to come up and enjoy the mountain.
All thanks to dedicated volunteers who helped ensure this piece of Maine is accessible for years to come. In Liberty, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, that is going to do it for us, folks, from everyone here at ABC 7 News. Take care and have a great rest of your night. And for more, you can join us over on Fox 22 News tonight, starting at 6:30.
Haystack Mountain is a
Tonight, the Trump administration's mass firings as the overhaul brings questions about your privacy and
permission to borrow the car.
Yes, ma'am.
To go to Publix.
Right.
That's it. You took the car and you went someplace else
Right.
where the car was placed in danger. If you stayed with what you were supposed to do
Right.
and went to Publix, his car would be okay.
Right.
Is that a fair statement? You weren't going to fight with anybody in Publix, were you?
Not that I think of.
What?
Not that I can think of.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,700. We're finished. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
I was sitting in the car the whole time, you know. That could have happened to anybody. I got shot at and didn't say anything else about it. Picked up my brother, took him to go see his girlfriend. He had to get something. The dent on the side, I got 2 cracks in my windshield on the opposite side of the windshield. Like, how did that even happen? It turned into a whole nother situation, you know. I mean, it's not like I want to fight you when I see you, but, you know. It was real frightening, man, but I'm still here to talk about it. You know, that's the good thing about it. I'm still here. Buy your own car.
This is Fox 22 News Tonight.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. Devin Dagnall is off tonight. According to the National Institutes of Health, more than 5 million women in the U.S. experience domestic violence each year. Maine is no exception. Over the weekend, law enforcement in Penobscot County responded to several domestic violence incidents, and today several of those suspects were arraigned in court. Our Alex Schley was there.
2 men, Merle Muncie III and Thor Ellis, were arrested in Penobscot County over the weekend on domestic violence-related charges. Both had also previously been convicted of manslaughter. Casey Folkingham, Director of Development and Engagement at Partners for Peace, says domestic abuse can take many forms.
It could look like mental and emotional abuse, could look like gaslighting, it could be sexual abuse, could be physical abuse, it could be any number of things.